mind, this took a long time to put together and actually get it shot and on screen.
Yeah.
What was that first moment like when you realized, hey, this is finally a go?
Nerve-wracking because it's not theoretical anymore, and it's the roller coaster is going downhill, and it's yours now. It's in your hands. And for me, there was no one that I could pass the ball to in that regard and say, well, you just handle all of that now. It's like, no, you get to do it all.
It's a very creative movie. You play around with time and space and even objects. Why was that important to you in this particular film?
Because it was a movie about creativity. For me, that was the exercise, to do something in the form and fashion of Miles Davis, as opposed to attempting to be instructional or didactic about the events of his life. I wanted it to feel like a composition. I wanted to do with my medium what Miles did with his medium. And I also wanted to use all of Miles' music from any different era that I wanted. And not be constrained to depicting the sound of that specific time that we were depicting in the film. And that, I thought, was best achieved if the piece itself is something that is about creativity and innovative. And as you say, time is, very mercurial, and there are no hard lines around any of it. It's like memory.
The elevator scene especially, I loved that one. That was the first moment where I thought, okay, this is going on a whole other track here.
Yeah. And for us too, we wanted a very demonstrative way to let people know right away, that, oh, we're something else. This is different. We're dealing with something that should feel like jazz, that should feel innovative and should feel like free.
Being the director too, how did you calibrate your performance? How did you know if what you were doing was what you wanted to be doing?
When you look up after a take and everyone in the crew is like, you go, I guess we better go again, back to one. But I tried to empower those who were the audience in a way, were watching the monitor, were lighting and standing and focusing on that, to give me a heads up, including my cast mates. I wanted to hire people like Miles hired band members, and then let them do their job and let them bring their expertise to bear and let us all be in something that was collaborative. Herbie said the first time he went to play with Miles, he was so petrified, he didn't know what to do. And he said to Miles, what, I don't know, what should I play? And he said, piano, motherfucker. So play your thing, do your thing, bring it, and let us all be in this process together.
The character of Junior, it went right over my head until I was reading the press notes. How did you come up with that idea of this character?
Well, because in this hole that Miles finds himself in this part of his life, we were thinking that's what this journey is about, is how do I get out of this, and will I get out of it, and what's going to be the key that gets me out of it. And I think for creative people, for artists, when we're up against that block, the way that we unplug that is by going back and getting in touch with and tapping into that kid in you, that original searcher in you, that person who was on a quest and would not be denied. And they are the people, that's the person you have to put back in the driver's seat. So, Junior unlocks the code and cracks the code for Miles and gets him back on his footing. And we wanted the character to do that.
Well, great job. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.